Hi, welcome to this Excel tutorial video covering comments, notes and hyperlinks. This video was recorded in February 2021 using Excel 365. So in Excel you have the option of adding notes, comments and hyperlinks. I'm going to go through an example of each of them to show you maybe what they're used for, and how we use them, amend them, delete them, that sort of thing. So first of all, let's look at a note. A note is a way of kind of doing exactly that, just putting a note in Excel for the purpose of maybe a reminder or some sort of information that you need as part of the Excel worksheet, but it doesn't need to be displayed necessarily on the worksheet. So let me, as an example, if I've got some data on a worksheet and I know I've got that data using a piece of SQL from a database, or maybe I'll put that SQL in my worksheet just so that if ever I need to reproduce the data, I know which SQL I used. So to create a note, pick a cell. I'll pick a cell at the top left, right click and choose new note. And a note is just, it's like a sticky note. It kind of has a little look of a sticky note. And I would put in here whatever data I needed, whatever SQL I used or whatever data I want to put in here. You don't, in order to kind of save this, you don't press enter, because if you press enter, it'll add an enter to it. In order to save this and to add this, you just move away from it and press another cell. Now that cell that I've inserted the note has now a little red triangle in the top right hand corner, and if I hover over that cell, I will see my note. If I want to amend it, if I right click the cell where the note is, I can say edit note and I can add to it. And if I add a lot of data, if I move away and I hover over my note, I'm not going to see all of that data because it's hidden, because the note is that size by default. So if I choose edit note, it's maybe quite hard to see, but at the bottom corners and also halfway through there are little boxes, little white boxes, drag boxes. So if I grab one of them and I just drag it out, I can resize it as I want to. So by default, it doesn't show you all the data. You've got to resize the note. As well as editing the note, you can delete the note, which obviously will get rid of it. But if you choose show hide the note, so by default, the note, when you click on a cell away, the default is that the note will disappear. If you have chosen show note, well, it will always be there. And you can then click on it to make any amendments. And then click away to save that amendment. So if I right click and I choose show hide again, it will then go back to the hide default, in which case to see the note you've got to hover over it. Notes are useful. I use them quite a lot. Like I said, just to put the SQL in a note that references the data that I've got on my worksheet. It's up to you whether you use them or not, but I do find them quite useful. So then let's look at comments. So if I right click and I choose a new comment, and what a comment is you make a comment, and imagine this worksheet is something that I share with others. You make a comment to say, got this data from somewhere, what do you think? So you've posted a comment here, which you can edit by clicking that button. When the comment is posted, it's now saved. You can see you've got that little purple funny shape, not a triangle anymore, but in the top right you've got that purple thing to indicate there's a comment. And with the other things, and if you right click, you've got options. You can delete the comment, or you can reply to the comment. You don't need to right click and choose reply to the comment. You can do it in a different way, but what the purpose of comments is to start a dialogue with other people. So I've got this worksheet, I've stuck a comment in there to say something. I save it and send it to somebody else. They can then come into here and they can either right click their comment and choose, excuse me, if I right click the comment, I've got the option of replying, or if you hover over it, it shows the comment and you can click on here to reply, and you can put a reply in there, post a reply. It'll give the person's name, the date and time when the reply was put on, and then they can pass it back to you, or maybe it's in a shared location somewhere, so people can add their own comments, start a dialogue based on these comments. And that's what comments are for. Again, you know, you might not find them useful, you might do. The purpose is that you need to have some sort of shared mechanism here, so you've got multiple people adding to the comments. Final thing then is to look at hyperlinks. So Excel, as I've shown in previous videos, Excel is quite clever. So depending on what you put in there, it will presume, if you put a number in there, it'll presume it's a number and justify it. If you put a date in there, it will justify it as a date. So if you put something in there like a website, it will look at that and think, oh, I mean, I don't know what the formula is, but looking at that, it'll say, oh, it begins with www, it must be a website, I will make it a hyperlink. Or if you put in there that sort of thing, it'll say, oh, that looks like an email address, I'm going to make that an email address. These are now hyperlinks. If I hover over them, you'll see that my cursor changes. So if I click on that on a separate screen, my Internet Explorer has now gone to Google. You don't have to put the email address or the website in the cell. So if I just put here, if I just put Yahoo, that by default doesn't do anything. It's just text, and Excel says, all right, that's just text. You just put in Yahoo in that box, that's fine. But if you right click on there, you go to the bottom, you've got this option of a link. It opens up this box here. And in this address bar, you can now put in here www. Well, in fact, it's already worked it out here quite cleverly based on the text that you want to go to yahoo.co.uk. So we'll click OK. And if we hover over that, if I click that, it will go to Yahoo. If I don't want that anymore, if I right click, I have options now. I can edit, I can open, or I can remove my hyperlink. And as soon as I remove my hyperlink, it will make it, it's now just text. It's gone back to how it is by default. But you can also put things, links to other documents. So if I were to click on one of these things here and I say that's my link, click OK, it now becomes a hyperlink. And if I hover over it, it is a hyperlink to a document. If I click on that hyperlink, it will open that document to screen. That's the end of this video. I hope you found it helpful.